What is up, guys? It is sports nerd Bradley Walker, and welcome to the Walker Report, part of In the Zone Sports Talk Radio, part of NGSC Sportscast. Remember the website, it's ngscsports.com for all your current sports content. I added another college hockey article to the website. If you guys go over there and take a read, added another one. I also found out today that my editor applied for PGA Tour credentials. It would be an absolute dream if somehow I ended up at the Masters in April. That would be great. But that's a pipe dream. Anyway, guys, happy Thursday out there, guys. This will be the last week. I think next week we will be on Roku TV. So next Thursday we'll be moving up. Kevin Dixon has set that up. I will have to log into a different StreamYard. I will send you guys the link. But I'll go ahead and make sure you guys have it for next week. But we will be on Roku TV. But the show will still be on the group page, on the Facebook page. So anyone out there that can't watch through Roku TV can watch on the Facebook page next week. But again, guys, we're in the middle of January already. God, the year goes by quick. That's interesting. Anyway, guys, let me bring on my two esteemed great co-hosts. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good to be here.
Oh, God. Next week, I'll be on television. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I mean, so will I.
Yeah.
We're all going to be on TV next week.
It's a good thing I got a face for radio.
Should we all, maybe we should all go no camera, like this. Hang on a second.
Well, maybe I'll just bring a paper bag over my head for next week. So,
we go like this, go like that.
Sorry, but the show is being blacked down your area. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, just go, go complete completely no facial thing. I think Kevin will get pretty upset with that.
Right.
Yeah, sounds okay.
Kevin will be pretty upset about that.
Right.
Did that.
It's okay, I got a face for radio anyway, so there's that.
Yeah. Yeah, but by the way, I'm working on seeing you in May. I'm working
Sounds
on
good.
Off
Hearing those dates. Yeah, I gotta.
My boss is out, so
Okay.
I have to wait to get those days approved. And I just found out that the previous Thursday and Friday I'll be off for my nephew's birthday. So I'll have back-to-back, hopefully back-to-back Thursday, Fridays off.
Right on.
But yeah, that's the game plan is coming to see you in May.
Yeah. Well,
how's everything else going? Everybody doing
pretty
good?
good. Great to good.
Good. Same here. Actually, my roommate is not here this evening. He's in Orlando dealing cards. So sometimes it's nice to come home and there's nobody here, and you can kind of get a lot of solo stuff done that you need to get done and out of the way.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
I was thinking the same thing when I was getting my pan cleaned up for dinner later. After we done. God, I love living alone.
Well, I'm gonna try, but I think I'm gonna get like a part-time gig at home, like a
There you go.
remote job at home.
Wow.
And I'm hoping if it pays me enough, I won't have to worry about my my big paychecks. There'll be no money coming out of either one of those paychecks, so I'll be able to that'll be my rent. Will be what comes from the part-time
Right.
job, and I can start paying some debt off, and then maybe yours truly will get a house someday. That's
Right.
kind of cool, is to save for a house. I'm also thinking, guys, too, maybe later this year, there's a bigger area out where my mom has this china cabinet and a dining room table. I'm thinking about getting rid of the dining room table and the china cabinet and having my podcasting area there.
Moving the studio out there.
And there's a TV out there that I can scoot in front of me, and I might be able to scoot the table back to where the camera's not like right here.
Right up on you.
And maybe maybe I can get my green screen to work again, and then we can do that. But that's a thought in the future.
Yeah, it'd be nice to not have to count your nose hairs every week. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny too. I haven't shaved in over a week, so this is the first time I think I've been. I don't even like facial hair, so just got lazy and had a long week, another long week. So yeah.
It's not very.
I'm going tomorrow to see Megan, the movie Megan.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Based off and then I'm going to see Avatar on Monday. It's my day
Okay.
off. So I'm going to see Avatar.
Oh yeah, because it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yeah, federal holiday. You get the day off, so
Yeah.
we get the day off.
Right.
Where do you guys want to start? Do you want to preview the NFL first, or you want to go talk about the national championship game?
There was a national championship game?
A what game?
As you can see, I have the color purple and white up here. Isn't that interesting how that is? I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Could have fooled me. It looked more like a Georgia practice.
Right.
Well, somebody asked me, a friend of mine asked me, did I think that TCU was overrated? I said, no, they're not overrated. They were overmatched. And obviously you saw that. And I said, well, honestly, Michigan should have been there, not them.
Yeah, no, then they should have.
Michigan had a bad game.
Yeah, we should have done. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
We talked about it last week. You can't have pick sixes in big games. And Georgia just didn't turn over the. TCU had no answer for anything. Everything Georgia did was like magic. It worked.
Yeah.
And it was very much straight up. Just here's what we're gonna do. Stop us. And TCU had no answers.
No.
They didn't know whether they were coming or they were going. And like I said 3 weeks ago now back at the beginning of this whole disaster, that if TCU got past Georgia or got past Michigan, they were going to use it all up. They were going to have to use every bullet in their gun to get past Michigan, and they did. And they had nothing left for Georgia. They had nothing left. They had no tricks, no gimmicks, it was just, here's Georgia, and there they go.
Well, since
And then there they go.
Stetson Bennett had a great football game, and obviously he played his last game in a college uniform. And I really, honestly, nothing against him. I don't think he'll be an NFL quarterback. I
think he's the best quarterback in the draft.
Really, coming out of the draft.
Yep.
Yeah. I think so.
I just he has everything you want in a pro quarterback.
The only thing is he's 25. That's the only.
And
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm just saying. That.
So he doesn't have. So he may not have the longevity of a guy who's 23 or 22, but he's got 2 more years experience. Are there 10 quarterbacks at the bottom of the league you would rather have? Do you want Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
Well, see what Zach Wilson is if you have the correct OC. Because look at Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. Look at that. I mean, if you're put in the right situation, and again, I know that that's
right. So the question is Stanton Bennett or Zach Wilson. That's the question. Stanton Bennett or Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson because he has experience.
Yes.
Okay, Stanton Bennett or Ryan Tannehill.
Tannehill because he has experience.
But we've seen what he can do, and it's not. Is it really that much better than Stanton Bennett? Is Zach Wilson better? I don't think Zach Wilson is in.
If you put Stetson Bennett in Tennessee's offense, maybe I'd take him because you have Henry, and you have him. The Jets
a good offensive line
too, and that's the thing right there. But you hit the nail on the head. If you have an offensive line, you're gonna win. If you don't, then ask Tom Brady.
And look at Geno Smith is 1 year. I hesitate to say Geno Smith is good or bad because he's played out of this world this year. It's been a breakout year. We'll see where he is in a year or two.
I think, I don't think they'll win, but I think they'll keep that game close against.
I don't think so. San Francisco defense is a monster.
Yeah.
Bosa? Yeah, he's one of the people on that defense.
But okay, would you rather have Sam Darnold or Stetson Bennett?
Bennett, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So let's see who else here.
He's too many ghosts anyway.
I think What about Kirk Cousins?
Watch out.
I'd still take Kirk. I'd still
You-
take Kirk.
Even at the back end of his career?
No.
We'll see that game too, because
Yeah.
everyone's there's a
We know what Kirk what
have Jacksonville beating them, so we'll see.
Jacksonville?
Oh, I'm sorry, not Jacksonville. My fault. Wrong conference. That's the Chargers. The Giants. The Giants are
Yeah.
playing Minnesota.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, would you, in a long
What
shot, take the Giants and Daniel Jones and company?
Yeah.
This guy Daniel. No, you're on the Vikings.
Going with the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm on the Vikings too. But what about? Like, I don't like. I've never liked Zach Wilson. I thought he was a putz from day one. I thought he was gonna be. I thought he was gonna be a malcontent and a problem child from day one. Never liked him, and I think Stanton Bennett is. To me, he screams stability. He screams level-headed, even keel. He's not going to get rattled.
Well, you're hoping.
I mean, that's what it looks like to me from everything that I've seen for the last 2 years.
Too.
And they're gonna, the big knock on him is his age, and there's a lot of people that say, well, he's not NFL ready. I mean, who is outside of Peyton Manning? Who the hell is NFL ready?
Yeah.
It's not, and so he only plays 7 years. What can you get out of him? We know Sam Darnold's not the answer. We know, oh God, who else? If he's still there, do you take a flyer on him if you're Arizona? If Kyler Murray stinks up the show again, if he's still available later in the first round or in the second round or third round, does Arizona take a flyer on him and see if they can, turn lead to gold? Because Kyler Murray seems like he's not the answer.
Well, I heard on the radio this morning, Bud, that I guess the 4 highest paid quarterbacks are Aaron
Almost the
Rodgers, Kyler Murray. Yeah, they're all out of the playoffs.
Yep.
Every one of them are out of the playoffs.
Yep. What about Green Bay? I mean, if this is Aaron Rodgers last year, do you want Bryce Love or Bryce Love?
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Love.
Do you think Jordan Love is better than Stanton Bennett? I don't.
Mm.
I've been incredibly disappointed with what I've seen from Jordan Love.
Again, I guess it's one of those situations. If you're put in the right situation, what's up, Gerald? You're put in the right situation. Yeah, but if not, I mean, if he goes, let's say he goes to Chicago. Now, I don't think Chicago would draft a quarterback. They got the first overall pick.
Right.
The Bears have the first overall pick, and they fired Lovie Smith in Houston because the Texans were bound for that pick, and they beat Indianapolis on Sunday, and
you still fired him anyway.
I think he'd have gotten fired anyway.
No, yeah, he would definitely. Yeah, he was already going to get fired anyway.
This is the second coach in the last 2 years that the Texans have fired after the first year.
In as many years. I mean, it's ridiculous.
So that's a dumpster fire in Houston.
I wouldn't take that job.
I wouldn't, because you don't have any stability. Why would I go and coach when I know that I'm going to get fired in a year?
All right, or I have to worry about getting fired in a year.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't, what's the benchmark I have to hit where I'm not going to get fired after a year?
Well, I mean, on top of that, I mean, really, if you think about it, they play in a pretty. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a
competitive
division, but it's not a hard division.
It's competitive.
It's a competitive division. And if Jacksonville is the legit and they stay legit like they were this year and they keep winning, then you have 4 possible winning teams. Well, 3 possible winning teams in that division.
Right.
Outside of Houston. So
right.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a pro prospect, a coaching prospect, and you're like, I have this current gig that I have that I'm very successful at, and the other gig is Houston, where I don't know if I can be successful, and I get 1 year to try and turn it around, and get fired because I went 4-13.
Yeah.
and I take my career for the next 8 years while I struggle to get, a trainer position at Walmart for cashier.
Huh.
Like there's none of these jobs out here look any good to me.
Right.
The Panthers look like trash. They're dysfunctional as all hell.
I
Houston's
think they're going to end up
dysfunctional.
hiring. They're going to end up hiring that interim guy that they
Probably.
got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arizona looks like a dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire.
Kingsbury should have got fired last year. He
Probably.
shouldn't have been in.
No, he should have never been hired in the first place.
Right.
Well, then you got to fire the. That's the thing too. You fire a head coach, the GM needs to go next too.
Probably, yeah.
That's who makes those decisions.
Okay,
We
Brad,
fired a head coach.
for you on that. Okay, let's say if the GM is the owner, what do you do if you fire your head coach and the GM is the owner of the team also?
You fire yourself out of a can.
Yes.
I know. Gerald's referring to Jerry Jones. I know who he's referring.
Yes.
I know who he's referring to.
Right.
And that's
But Jerry Jones is the egomaniac.
Exactly, I agree.
Yes.
That's the problem. Like we were talking about on your show with Jerry Jones, is you never know what he's gonna do. He's a loose cannon. He's a loose cannon. He'll hold on to a guy like Jason Garrett for 8 years because he's just too stubborn to fire him. Admit he made a mistake and should have let him go after 3. He's too stubborn to admit that he was wrong. But his own hubris, his own least humbleness, if that is a term, fires Jimmy Johnson because Jimmy Johnson's better than him. Because Jimmy Johnson is getting all the credit, and his ego, his hubris, can't handle it.
Exactly.
No.
And you look at what Dallas became. Yeah, they won the Super Bowl in '95, but that was because of everything that was around Barry Switzer. And then you look at the dysfunction that the team fell into after, when Barry wants to be everybody's best friend because that's what it worked for him at Oklahoma. It worked for him at Oklahoma. And so he just wanted to be everybody's best friend. And like, these are businessmen. We talk about that a lot on the show. So these are businessmen. And the business is football. And they need leadership, and Barry doesn't want to be the bad guy. He doesn't want anybody to dislike him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it tears the team apart. Tears the team apart at the seams.
I completely agree.
And they still haven't recovered 30-some years later.
Yeah.
And yet Cowboys fans are so delusional and so out to lunch that they think that every year is their year.
Not me.
No.
They're going to be in for a fight on Monday night.
I have the Bucks, but I think it's gonna be close. I think like 20-16. I think it's gonna be ugly. I think it's gonna be.
I think that'll be the same way.
Talking about delusional Cowboy fans, Adam. This Cowboy fan not delusional because I take it.
Yeah, but you're delusional the other way though. You're pessimistic to the nth degree. You so malign your own team. It's like you have this group of delusional Cowboys fans that think that they're going to win everything every year, included but not limited to Miss America. And you have this other group of Cowboys fans over here that are so delusional that they think that if they have one bad moment, they might as well just blow everything up and start all over. Tear down AT&T Stadium, sell the team, and move the team to Mars.
Now, the way I look at it is I take each season one game at a time.
No, that's fair. I mean, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that I've seen you have this terrible tendency to give up on the team way too early. And no, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that everybody's been there and we've all been like, it's over. But, and
well, I know for a fact come Monday, it's going to be over.
hey, what's that you got going on there?
Oh, there's a virtual background.
There you go.
I don't know, but I'm froze up, right? I don't think I'm.
No,
No, sometimes. I mean, you freeze anyway, so let it ride.
Yeah.
I think he's auditioning for the next Frozen movie.
Oh,
Frozen
yeah.
3. But no, and it's like, no, I just, I'm not saying I blame you, but I mean, it's like the descent into madness that all Cowboys fans have, whether they're delusional or to the nth degree, and they think that the Cowboys are the greatest thing since sliced bread, or they're so pessimistic that they think that if Dak throws one incompletion, they ought to they ought to shoot him out of a cannon into the sun.
Yeah.
Well, the only time that we were any good was back in the 90s. At the 90s, yeah.
After that,
Yeah.
South.
Well, or you could be the Browns, you could be the Lions, you could be the Jags. At least people still like your team, and they're embarrassed to wear your gear around town.
All I got to say is, Brad, good luck Monday. May the best team win.
I think it's going to be an ugly game too. I listened to the radio locally. It looks like both teams are going to be almost at 100% as far as health wise. One of the injured players on both teams will be back. So yeah, it should be a good football game. Obviously,
Yeah.
they played in week 1 against each other. There are 2 different teams since week 1 of the season. Obviously,
Yeah, but y'all are 7-0 against us.
Brady is.
well, Brady's 7-0 against the Cowboys. I wouldn't say that. The Bucks are 7-0. Brady's 7-0 against Dallas. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's been one of those years, though.
Let me just say this: whoever wins on Monday night is not going to get past round 2. Just
Probably
saying.
not.
Because if it's Philadelphia or if it's San Francisco and you have to go to Philly or to San Francisco, forget about it.
And let's say if the 49ers have to play the Eagles, I don't see the Eagles getting past the 49ers.
That'd be good.
That'd
It's
be good.
a championship game. Well,
That would be for the Marbles.
be in
Really?
Philadelphia no matter what happens because the Eagles
Right.
are the #1 seed. So
That's going to be a good one, though, because the thing about it is that San Francisco is a basketball and grass type of football team. They want to get out in front of you, and if it's in Philly in late January, it could be -12 at kickoff.
Speaking of that, Bradley, I need your picks for my pick'ems for the walk.
okay, I didn't know there was picks this week.
Yes, we're gonna go all the way up into the Super Bowl.
Can I do it live with you right now?
Let him get his paper.
That way I don't have to do it on my phone. It's easier for me to I'll just do it live, and he can give me the things, and I'll just do it live, and then that way
I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
it's recorded, and then if I lose all the games, at least if I like a fool next week, and like a fool.
We will viciously mock you next week. Not a problem.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. That's cool.
I do that anyway, so it's all good.
That's true. That's true. That's very true. Very true.
I mock myself too, so I take myself out.
Right.
Cowboys and Bucks.
Tampa Bay.
Giant Vikings.
I'll take Minnesota.
Wow.
Stealing all my picks so far.
Seahawks and 49ers.
San Francisco.
Not by 50 though.
No.
Jags and Chargers.
Jacksonville.
They have home field. I like them at home.
Upset.
Dolphins and Bills.
Kind
The Bills. Dolphins have nobody to play. Tua is out. The Bills will kill them, especially being in the cold. Miami can't win in the cold weather.
Ravens and Bengals, and Lamar's out.
Oh, Cincinnati. They're on revenge tour. They're on revenge. I know they got the Ravens last week, so it'll be the same as it was last week.
Okay, I got him down.
Cool.
You don't know my picks there.
I already got your.
I I'm just giving them a hard time because we made all the same picks.
Right.
I like Jacksonville at home.
Both look
That's
like-
why
Because watch none of those teams win next
I
week.
know, right?
Oh,
We'll
come
go
on.
all wrong. We'll go 0-6.
Yeah, I'll be like, okay, well, we were all wrong, and now we're
Watch
looking
Oliver-
at who we're
watch
looking at
Oliver's
now. We're
Brew.
looking at Cowboys, Eagles. Let's see who else. Giants
Yeah.
versus 49ers. Yeah,
Seattle.
or Seattle. I'm sorry, Seattle. That's right.
It would
Seattle.
be Philly. It'd be Philly and Seattle and Giants Cowboys.
Ooh, there's a rivalry game. That hasn't.
Yeah.
No matter what, you're guaranteed at least one NFC East team's making the NFC conference, NFC title game.
One of the NFC East teams. Yeah.
And it's hard to beat a division opponent 3 times in a year.
Exactly.
I agree.
So,
It's hard to beat anybody 3 times in a year.
And,
Yeah,
and Dallas
as
has
long
already
as we have it.
beat the Giants twice in regular season.
Did
Yeah,
Gerald? Did they go 1-1 against the Eagles during?
I think they split with the Eagles, right?
But with the
Who?
Eagles, Dallas.
Yeah.
Your
Yes,
Cowboys.
we split
Because they
1-1.
beat the Eagles on Christmas Eve, right? Is that when
Yeah.
they beat them? Okay.
Yep. And the Minnesota and the Vikings beat the Giants in that miraculous field goal.
Correct.
Mm.
Correct.
Yeah, that's right.
The
The immaculate field goal, as I call it.
That game against Giants and the Eagles, I was so mad at that game. I wanted to go through and choke somebody
Yeah.
because you're playing the possible number 1 team in the East, in the Eagles.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. Can't win the division. Can't move up in the seeding.
But
You're not playing anybody.
Starters and beat the Eagles, so the Cowboys would have the NFC.
Yeah, but I don't want the Cowboys to have home field either.
Hmm.
I want my starter to be ready for Sunday, whatever.
And the
I have.
Giants aren't going to let a division opponent have.
I mean-
we're going to get beat home field no matter what happened, but still, they're not.
One of their division was going to be the Eagles or the Cowboys,
We're gonna
maybe the Niners, but
Yep. Correct.
and then y'all went and laid an egg against Washington anyway, so it didn't matter.
As U-Tree calls them, the commies.
Yes, the commies. So I went back and watched that. That was a good video.
I
Okay.
haven't watched the Week 18 one yet.
I watched week 17. That pulled your heartstrings. It was a good one.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen him get emotional.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
usually so comes out with the comedy, laughs at every every little thing, and then
No sacred cows.
really emotional. But then I know why.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know why it's a
absolutely.
video. You know why he gets emotional.
You know, it was
It's
What
Well-
I'm talking about?
one of the YouTubers we like to watch.
Yeah, it's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
And one of his best friends passed away during week 17, and then we had the whole Mars situation, and it was on Thursday it was super touch and go to know. It was like, what kind of show can we even put on? Monday night when we talked about this last week. Monday night was not knowing one way or the other, and it's still being all up in the air until Thursday afternoon, and okay, good news, we can have a fun show, we can do the silliness that we get up to every week that makes the show worth doing. I know sometimes we get dark and sometimes we get sentimental or whatever, but all in all, on the whole, I just like to put on a fun show,
Right. Same here.
Well, speaking of that, I'm very, very happy to hear that he's at home.
Yeah, he's out of hospital and everything.
Yeah.
He's on.
In a week, he's already back home. I mean, he has to go through rehab. Obviously, they were talking
Right.
about that, but for him to be out of the hospital completely and able to do human things again is
Right.
absolutely amazing. So there are
Yeah.
miracles. Miracles do happen every day. However,
Miracle of modern science.
miracles happen every day. So
Miracles of modern science, modern medicine, man.
yep.
I don't call it I don't call it medicine. I call it divine healing power from God.
No, it's medicine. It's modern medicine.
Nope, divine healing.
It's modern medicine. All right, we need to move on because it's just gonna devolve into.
But yeah,
Gonna
I I'm just happy that he's home. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm happy that he's. I'm happy that he's home. You know, and that will he? I mean, will he ever play football again?
Who knows?
Who knows?
You
I
never
mean, it would be something
I'm sure he wants to.
that would come out, and you know,
Yeah. I
he
mean,
might come
it's
back.
your job, right?
You know? Yep.
It's what you do. It's what you've always wanted to do. And I mean, you got a shot at it. You know, if he can get back, if he can be medically cleared, I say let him have it. Let him have a go. I mean, this
Sure.
wasn't. This is a freak. This was.
Speaking of somebody having cardiac arrest, did you see, guys, that Lisa Marie Presley's in the hospital
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
suffering the same? Yeah, there
I
you
heard
go.
about
So
that.
Similar thing.
she's in critical condition. I just got a
Right.
from CBS News.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
And Tom Brady mentioned something on his podcast that he does with Jim Gray every week, and he mentioned something about he doesn't know if he's going to play after this year. I don't know what he has left to prove. What do you have
I don't
left
know.
to prove? You've won 7 Super Bowls. I think he's won what?
He's got nothing left to prove.
2 MVPs. I mean, you've won
2 or 3. Yeah.
numerous conference championships.
Yep. Won
Numerous
10 conference championships.
numerous AFC East championships.
Yeah.
What else?
I've won 2 tires.
I mean,
Or the
you got
house
that
on
nice-
Mars.
like house. You got that nice cushy, announcing job with CBS. Why
Fox.
not? Fox. Is it Fox? Which one did he?
It's Fox.
So I mean, why not? Why
Mhm.
stay?
But
Why?
yeah, I know, right? Like up until Monday,
Yeah.
it really is your mortality. The it's always in the back of your mind that something terrible could happen, but you push it down, right? You push it down, and you don't worry about it, and you work through it, and you play, and you just everybody this point of the year, everybody's hurting, everybody's got a bum this and a nagging that, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And but then to see something like that happen, you have to question whether or not you want to keep doing it, especially when you're 45 years old. You've been doing it for 23 years.
Yes.
Well, I mean, and how many? Again, like I said earlier, I don't know what you have to play for. I mean, I could see
Right.
you on a
The love of the game.
and you were that. Boy, I think that's the main drive. With him, that's the main drive. It's because he loves to play football. He has since he was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a drive to him to continue to want to
Compete.
play. So, but yeah, I mean, you're right. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow.
No.
No one's guaranteed the next day.
Mhm.
So why risk it? If the Bucs lose Monday night, or if they lose, in San Francisco or Philadelphia the following week, you know what I mean? I mean, it's, who knows? Who knows? Because there's really no reason for him to play after they lose.
Right.
If they, I mean, I get the only thing that maybe would happen, and this is hypothetical, that somehow they do get to the Super Bowl and they lose, say to Kansas City or to Buffalo or whoever it might be, then maybe he'll come back because he wants to try to win 8. How many? He's been in what, 12 in his career? How many
Yes.
Super Bowls? Is he 10? So he's
10.
7-3 all time.
Mhm.
He lost 2 to the Giants and 1 to the Eagles, right? I think that's his only losses.
Yep.
They lost to the Eagles. That would if any of the losses, I think that was the most heartbreaking one for me as
I think so. Yeah.
a Patriot fan.
Oh, 07 was the most heartbreaking one. Helmet catch, the perfect season.
Yeah. Oh, the Derek Tyree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually at a Super Bowl party. With a buddy of mine who was also a Patriots fan, and he conned me into giving him $50 to play the square game, right? I'm like,
Mhm.
you son of a bitch. I'm going to lose $50, come out of it. we ended up winning $300 a piece. And I'm like,
Hey.
oh, okay, no problem. Sorry, my fault. I'm putting money in my pocket, going back out. I'm like, cool. And if you guys, anyone out there watching that doesn't know what a square party is, during the Super Bowl, they'll put squares in, and then they put like 1, 2,
Yes.
3. You have to kind of match first quarter, half, third quarter, final
Right.
score, whatever. And if you have the right squares, you can win a crap ton of money, depending on how much money was put in
Right.
Mhm.
by everybody, by how many squares you buy. So, but yeah, I mean, again, Gerald missed that conversation. And I actually was watching Gerald's comments on Monday night during the national championship game in his group chat. He's like, "Yeah, TCU, they didn't show up. Yeah, they were overmatched.
They got beat bad.
They were."
Well, I mean, but who is? I don't know where these people were thinking TCU was going to give them a game.
You really didn't think so?
Can
I thought it was
somebody,
a shot.
can somebody explain it to me? Why people thought TCU had a shot?
What did they think they were going to win? Why did they get blown out like that?
I told everybody, I even said it on my show, that TCU will not be able to beat Georgia.
I thought it was going to be that they were going to get a smoke show. It was. I mean, Georgia beat them like a Rennan mule, a redheaded Rennan mule.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was a redheaded Rennan mule stepchild.
If it wouldn't been for that one touchdown that TCU had, it would have ended up 65-0.
If it wasn't for that touchdown, TCU might as well have not even shown up.
No.
Yeah.
I said this on my show, and I'm going to say it here now. TCU should have just forfeited at halftime. At halftime, they should have said, "Look, we ain't coming back out. We're done. See ya. Let's go back to Texas."
Right? And the thing about it is like Michigan kept coming back on them, right? Every time you turn around, okay, TCU would score, make it 14, 15 points. Michigan make it 6. Michigan make it 3. Then TCU would get a score, and they make it 6 or 10 or whatever. And, as much as I'm going to burn all the film of that game, it was a great game, And as much as I never want to ever think about that game ever again, to continue to quote Taylor Swift is going to shake it off. It was like Michigan pissed it away. Michigan gave TCU that game. You take away the two pick sixes, right? 14 points off the board. Michigan wins 45 or 40. What is it? 40. Yeah, 45, right? Yeah, 45-37. Because TCU, as good as they played offensively, their defense, they're just as good as they played Michigan's defense here and there. They made a play. They got to stop. They got the ball back for the offense. And then J.J. McCarthy throws pick sixes. And I'm done. We can move on.
Okay.
But back to something real quick. We were talking about this on my show. Remember, Adam? We were talking about how Stetson Bennett was just torching TCU.
Mm-hmm. He was playing with them like a cat plays with a mouse. It was brutal. They absolutely brutalized them.
Him around for like one or two downs, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, he drops back and he just lets it go.
And it was like watching a bullfight, like an honest to God true bullfight, like when you see the matadors, and it was death by 1,000 cuts, but they were hacking limbs off all at the same time. It was like death by 1,000 cuts, but it was death by 11 cuts. It was just whack, whack, whack.
How many total yards do you think Georgia had in that game?
Oh God! Last time I seen was
485.
Last time I
485.
seen. Last time I seen it was 1.
No. I meant higher. He said 485. I meant higher.
345.
500
Last time I seen it, it was like 320 something, but I'm gonna say around 500.
520.
589.
I was going
500
See, I went,
total yards that they
Damn.
see, I went with the lower total because I
You have
figured they didn't gain a lot of yards. Like it was like
TCU
boom, boom, boom,
TCU
boom.
had 188. 188 total yards.
Oh my God!
They were
In the,
outgained by 401 total yards for that game.
Georgia
Right?
just shredded them like
That sounds like a USF game.
Georgia.
Right?
That sounds like
It looked like a USF game.
Georgia
That's what a USF game was
treated them
like.
a block of cheese on a cheese grater. They
Look
they
at the
took
stats. Like,
cheese,
yeah,
I mean,
we lost
it
games
wasn't
that cheese
You're
and they
outgained by
and they-
300 yards.
like when but you graded cheese before. There's cheese left when you're done grading it. There was no cheese left.
Say cheese.
Well, here's the question
Like-
that I have with that blowout loss.
No.
Does it now
Blowout?
make
I wouldn't call it a blowout. I call it stumping a mud hole in them.
And
what I
walking
mean
it
is,
dry.
does that make all the other conferences outside the SEC look weak?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, but it's been that way for 15 years. Nobody can.
Yeah.
There's no
It's
confidence.
it's the SEC versus the field, and nobody's been able to cover.
That's what I was going to say, Adam. I don't. There's no conference in NCAA that can touch the SEC.
I mean, it's Georgia. If it's not Georgia, it's Alabama. If it's not Alabama, it's LSU. If it's not LSU, it's Alabama. If it ain't Alabama, it's Georgia. And we're all crazy down here.
Tennessee.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not Tennessee.
More
It's
like-
Florida. I'm only 3.5 years old.
I live in SEC country, so I
So do I.
I bet you Max Duggan was feeling like that after the game.
Yes.
Right? I'm only 3.5 years old.
I bet you was like,
let's see.
Here we go, George. Here we go.
He was 14 of 22, 152 yards with 2 picks. That was the game stats for
See,
Max Duggan.
it's not bad. It's not bad. And then you look and he has the crooked number on the wrong end of the board.
Yes.
You know? I mean, he
Bennett,
threw.
25, 304 yards and 4 touchdowns.
And you tell me he's not NFL caliber. And you sit here and you tell me that's not NFL numbers. Well, what do you want?
now,
I mean, I look at Bryce Young.
do you think that Stetson Bennett will go number 1?
No.
Yeah.
Be the number 1
No,
overall?
Chicago has the number 1 overall pick. They won't pick a quarterback. They have Justin
I
Fields.
thought Houston had the number 1 pick.
No, it was
No, they lost it because they won.
Chicago
Houston
lost.
beat Indianapolis.
Oh
and lost
my
the number
God!
1 pick.
No, that was
Sorry.
Beat
oh.
Indianapolis and lost the number
Sorry,
1.
girl.
See,
Chicago.
now that doesn't mean that
They can't
that
trade
doesn't
up.
mean that Chicago's picking one though.
Correct.
They have the number 1 overall pick,
Correct.
but they can trade out of that to
Anybody.
maybe Vegas.
Anybody.
The
Anybody.
Giants, the Broncos.
The Browns.
Denver, Cleveland,
Denver. Yep. Any of those teams could move up.
everybody but Houston.
Everybody but Houston.
I think. Well, so let's talk about the Lions Bears game or Packers game from last Sunday, real quick for a couple of minutes,
Good.
because I really want the Bears said "F you" to the Packers, and it worked. It
Yeah.
worked. They went out and they traded for Chase Claypool from the Steelers, so the Packers couldn't make the deal, and it cost the Packers the playoff spot. Because that's what the NFL loves to do. The NFL loves to goad each other. They love to say,
Saying the Eagles into the Cowboys in the draft. They
Uh-huh.
wanted a certain player. Oh, we're gonna move up.
"Oh, is he off the board?
Dallas
How
took him
did that happen?
right
So
away from
sorry."
I want
Right
to talk
from
about something that Adam and I were talking about on my show about Sean Payton
Okay. I'd love to get Brad's thoughts on it.
Do y'all think that he would? Do y'all think he would take the job in Houston? I say no.
No, not a chance.
Miami
Denver.
or Denver.
Why Miami? You think that
Arizona?
No.
you don't? You think they're gonna let the
Young kid go? Wouldn't be
You think
surprised.
they're gonna let Mike McDonald or whatever his name is, Mike McDonald?
Miami's owner is a POS.
Yeah.
And I
Very
wouldn't
true.
be surprised if he can get Sean Payton to come and he can draw Tom.
Right.
You know, anybody that can get Sean Payton and then they go, oh well, if we get Tom, we can get Sean too. Why not Miami? I mean, no, Mike McDaniel, he doesn't deserve to get fired, and they're not going to beat Buffalo. Tua's out with a concussion. What are they on their third string quarterback? And even if Teddy Bridgewater was starting, they're still not beating Buffalo. The Bills,
Right.
especially at home.
The only way they beat Buffalo is if they bring baseball bats.
Yeah.
Baseball bats.
What did Chris Berman used to say? No one circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
Damn straight. And they have nothing. It's if DeMar is there on was it Saturday? I think it's when their game
I
is.
wouldn't be surprised if he would be there, but honestly,
Yeah.
Right. If he's there, it's a 100% win-one for the Gipper kind of moment, and I would not be shocked at all if Buffalo runs the table and wins it all.
Well,
Finally.
after missing 4 straight and getting blown and getting worse every game, they went from a 1-point loss to the Giants to what resembled last month's championship game.
Yeah, until they were picking them up in a thimble.
Yeah.
You're wide right. This close. They were this far from Bill Parcells being just another good coach.
Yes.
This far from Bill Parcells.
Get a pen and piece of paper, Bradley. Write this down.
go ahead.
Write this down.
Thursday the 12th.
Okay.
I said that it's going to be the 49ers and the Bills in the Super Bowl.
You did.
I don't hate it.
Well, I
I'm-
don't have to write that down. It'll always be on tape, so I can always go
Right.
back and watch the tape.
Yes.
So you're predicting
Take this
San Francisco and Buffalo.
Yep.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I like it.
The only thing is, I think Philly is going to be a tough out in Philly. That's why you play for home field. That's why you play for home
But I do
field.
see the 49ers beating the Eagles.
Maybe, but then again, that's why you play for a home field. I mean, it's going to be cold. It could be snowy. It could be wet. It could be just god-awful miserable. I mean, it is Philly, so either way, it's going to be god-awful miserable. So there is that. And that's why you play for home field. That's why you want home field throughout. And if you're looking at a 6:45 kickoff on Sunday night, and it's going to be you're looking at wind chills in the teens, if not just ambient temperature in the teens and wind chills in the negatives, and you got a California team coming in that's young and inexperienced, and you got a young and inexperienced quarterback, and you got to deal with all that. So then, and so now you got to deal with all of that, and and San Francisco just wants to go home where it's warm and not cold as all hell. So
Yes.
I would not be surprised if the Eagles were able to get it done and go back to the Super Bowl and play the Bills. Although I want Bills Giants. Be a good one. The Bills Vikings. Bills Vikings would be the best matchup is Bills Vikings.
Yes, there you go.
So Vikings.
Somebody has to,
Either way, somebody's getting a damn ring finally.
somebody's getting a ring.
Two of the most maligned franchises,
To be making their 5th appearance in the
right?
season at the same
Two of
time.
the most maligned franchises in all of football.
Yep,
I don't think if you can think of two more deserving franchises to win a ring
correct.
than Buffalo and Minnesota.
Yep.
And then next year it can be Cleveland and Detroit.
Yeah. Because then it would be between those two teams, correct?
Yeah.
And then the year after that, Jacksonville and Houston.
Those two teams can't play each other.
No,
Oh,
no.
we're moving the Jags to the NFC.
Jacksonville, Carolina. How about that?
There we go.
Jacksonville, Carolina.
That'll work. I was just thinking.
The Panthers have been to the Super Bowl before.
True.
So,
And lost.
correct.
Twice.
To the Broncos and to the Patriots.
Mhm.
Right.
And the Falcons could have won, but of course, since the balls got deflated, that didn't happen.
The Falcons have been to the Super Bowl twice, too, and lost both of their times, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Never mind. When Lou said that, it brought up a joke that I heard of, but I'm not gonna go there. I'll tell y'all after the show.
Oh, but that kind of joke. Okay.
We're not on TV yet. You can say anything you want. This is like the last week we have to kind of behave because, like, next week I don't know what's going to be expected of us. So
Okay, when Lou said that the flat ball thing, right?
Deflated.
Deflated. What is Tom's favorite ball?
Tom's favorite ball.
Flat balls.
Flat balls. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Too bad I didn't write that joke.
he's right. I mean, he's
Yeah, yeah.
right. He's so I don't plan on changing anything next week, guys. I mean, we obviously got to be more careful with the
Yes.
profanity.
Watch your profanity.
Right.
And especially we don't really say the F word that much on here.
No, we got in trouble for
have
that
to
last time.
Careful,
Right.
with that. But other than that, like I said, we don't get into political talk or religious talk where
No.
we're gonna piss a lot of people off.
Right.
So I mean,
Hey,
I do that enough with my sports takes, so.
I do enough of that in my chat group anyhow. So
Yeah. I just show up and I piss everybody off.
Yeah. So
I ain't got to do anything.
I can just say one word, hi, and everybody's like, hey. I'm going to my corner. I'm gonna go sit in my corner and just watch.
Right.
right,
I'll be in my corner with my dips. Leave me alone.
right.
My sweet tea and my can of snuff. Leave me alone. I'm happy.
yeah.
Right? What snuff do you use?
Red
What's your
Seal,
flavor? What flavor?
natural.
Can't dip. Ugh.
My wife calls it one dirt.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what,
absolutely.
guys? Lisa Marie Presley passed away.
Oh, damn.
No.
Yeah, it says right here from Rolling Stone. Lisa Marie Presley, American singer, dies at 54.
She's only 54?
She passed away at
I thought she was
54.
a lot older than that.
No.
Honey,
Wow.
that was first.
Where'd she pass away from?
She had cardiac arrest, Lou. She was rushed to the hospital.
Wow. Lisa Marie.
Just passed
Yeah.
away. Just passed. That just
Oh, man.
Damn.
What was it? Complications of cardiac arrest.
correct.
Yeah.
Complications of cardiac arrest.
Worst.
She was the only still
The only daughter.
child, right? Or
Yep.
She was the only child.
She was.
No,
You only had one. Yeah.
They only had one, and that was Lisa.
Yep. And she married Michael.
correct.
Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were married.
Yeah.
They were married.
Yep.
Okay, wait a minute. Never mind.
And he-
Never mind.
Yep,
Clean.
they were married.
Clean up. No.
We're just going to move on. We're moving on. Moving on.
Oh,
Let's-
let's see if we can
let's
find
put that
the,
in the
Put another dip in and move on.
Yeah. Leave that alone, guys. Leave that alone. Leave that alone.
Yeah.
Hey, so in other news,
Cool about
And-
this show. Hopefully next week we can still laugh at stuff like this. We get to laugh.
in kind of bummer news, but not nearly as sad and depressing as that. Kevin Hart's hanging him up.
Really?
Kevin Hart, what?
Hanging him up.
Oh no, he was a hell of a comedian.
Yeah.
Kevin Harvick.
Oh, I thought
The driver. Shit, he's nice to say Kevin Hart.
yeah,
No,
I
yeah.
thought-
Harvick.
Kevin
I heard him say
Hart.
Harvick. I'm like, what's he talking about? Comedian. He's a NASCAR driver.
Yeah.
He's a NASCAR.
I mean, I don't know. You could confuse the two.
He's a
Sure.
NASCAR.
20 years can do to you.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Speaking of that, what are we? A few weeks?
Couple
away
weeks.
from Daytona?
Couple weeks. About a month from Daytona.
Daytona starts the 18th.
Sounds right. Yeah, it's the week after the Super Bowl.
The weekend of Valentine's Day, because
Now,
Valentine's Day is
if I
on
don't-
Tuesday this year.
If y'all don't see me next
That
week,
weekend.
please send gift cards and flowers to St. David's Hospital here in Austin, Texas.
Will do.
Yeah.
We'll send Meal Team 6 after you.
'Cause, I don't know if y'all heard what I said about being married. But my
I heard your wife threatened to kill you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I said that's.
I mean, it's not really a.
Oh. That's
So,
it's, Gerald's the only one that has a significant other on this show. All the rest of
Yeah,
us don't have anything like that.
I'm single. I'm single and ready to mingle.
Yeah.
It's not from a lack of trying though.
But I tell you what,
Hey.
I would not trade it for the world, guys. I would not.
I was
That's
just
good.
We haven't been offered the world, so
But now, if somebody comes up and offers me $3 million,
Oh, wait a minute. She's sitting right behind you. She's gonna kill him. She's gonna kill him on the air. We're gonna have a killing on the air.
we had the last show before we go on TV, and it's a snuff film. How about that?
We had 11 views. We'll have 11 million views next week on the show because there'll be a
Oh,
killing
yeah.
live on the air.
One.
here's the deal.
Get on his camera. Cut his camera. Cut his camera.
I take the $3 million, but you can't bring her back though. She's yours.
Oh, he's trading her. Okay.
Okay.
Hell,
Oh,
I would have
cut his feet. Cut his feet. Cut his feet.
I
There's
don't
a
know if I
knife.
get through
There's
next
a
week,
knife
you know?
like in Psycho. Beep, 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 beep.
That's my act.
hide all the knives.
That was one of the best horror movies ever made. Luke.
You bet.
That was Alfred Hitchcock made that movie so great. That was a great movie.
This is why Joe doesn't have guns in his house.
See,
You know, my name is Luke.
breaking news.
Hide the frying pan.
We start this news program out with breaking news. On the Walker Report, Gerald Wisniewski gets killed by his wife.
This is the funniest damn shit ever.
We'll be on next week, and the bottom screen will have an X to it. We'll just have Gerald's picture there. We'll just be like, yeah, here's what happened to our co-host last week. He was killed on air by his wife. If you would like to see the video, go to the YouTube channel and subscribe, because we'll keep rolling it over and over again as many times as you like. We'll keep playing
Gerald,
over and over again.
I'll clip it. I'll download it and clip it and post it to the TikTok.
Figures in the TikTok.
Gerald.
Yeah, we're supposed to roll it back. Roll
Gerald,
it
which
back.
one are you using?
And how many times?
And I'll just
How many times did you
it'll be like
roll it back?
it'll be like those playing cards that they gave out during Iraq with all the Iraqis on it, with the high-ranking Iraqis on it, like Saddam. It'll just be Gerald's face, and it'll have an ace and two X's over his eyes, and it'll say 1970-ish, and then it'll be like to 2023.
But one problem, I don't have life insurance, so
Should just get out a policy after the murder.
Yes.
You'd like to take a policy out on your husband? Yes, my ex-husband. I didn't know you were divorced. Never said I was divorced.
Oh, like you haven't heard that one before, people. Come on.
Exactly.
I guess she might have one of those secret life insurance policies on me that I don't know about.
There you go. There you go.
Hmm.
Right.
For $1, you too can take an insurance policy out on your husband.
Just for $1.
Yep.
$1 a month, same as cash. Oh, we're all going to hell.
Going. I
I
already
got,
got my
I got
reservation.
baptized last year. Damn it! I got baptized last year. Damn it! But
Hey.
no,
Well, so much for that.
I got my reservation. I got my ticket, and I already got my room set up down there.
Yep.
Oh, taking the express. We're taking the freight elevator. We don't get the nice elevator. We're taking the freight elevator.
Straight
Non-stop
downstairs.
service. Non-stop service.
Right. It's not even the nice part of hell. This is like
I have my
Baltimore.
own version of hell, actually.
It didn't even look like hell. It was more like
It's almost playing Monopoly.
Baltimore.
You know, when you go around the board and you
I
land
was
on
going to do one of
jail,
them.
and it says go directly to jail.
Yeah.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Yes.
That's what this is going to be. Go directly down there.
I thought that's what happened when you said I do.
That was,
Oh,
oh.
if I knew now what I knew then, I would have said I don't.
No.
Nice, Bubba.
That's why I got married.
Okay,
You thought your
Adam, you trying to get me in trouble over here.
Yeah, we're in trouble here.
you thought it was bad. You thought it was bad when your mom took your dips. Wait until she takes your dips.
I actually have my own version of hell.
You're having to come on this show every week.
No, no. No, I have my own version of hell, which you'll find pretty stupid, though.
who's taking Kevin's spot? Who's gonna fill that ride? And they already.
Don't know yet. He said getting the show back on track.
Yeah.
I was just curious. We can keep joking around, but I was curious.
We've been off the rails for like the last 10 minutes. I didn't even know we were doing a show anymore.
Here comes the
Kinda
train,
forgot.
right? Here comes the train. Whoop! That's derailed.
It's like one of those old-timey black and white films where the train comes rolling in and it's like
Yeah.
Rolls off the track.
So, yeah, all right.
we went so off the rails.
Yeah.
And the emergency crews hadn't got to the scene to get the train back on track yet.
I'm glad Diana's not hearing this show right now. Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been announced she's going to be taking over that ride yet. They have a full 24, or not 24, but I almost said a full 24 hours, but I meant a full season to nail down a replacement. And this is under the proviso that he actually retires at the end of the year.
Yeah, but that's not till October, right?
Yeah. He doesn't have to make an official decision until January next year.
January. Where are we at now?
So he can have a farewell tour.
He can
Oh, well, okay.
run. You know, the way they can do this retirement, Lou, is they can start out the season and they can retire in the middle of the season, or they can wait till the end of the season and retire.
He can retire tomorrow if he felt like it.
Yeah, he doesn't have to run. He doesn't have to run a race or run a full season to retire.
Right, but he says he's going to do it, then retire, so I think he should finish it out. If he says what he's going to do, then that's what he should do.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
going
and
to
so
do
you
the
can-
same thing that Jeff Gordon did before he retired.
Jeff
He's gonna-
Gordon, Tony. I mean, Daryl was the first. Well, actually, Richard was the first one to have a real farewell tour
Yeah,
back in '92.
He wants to have that one last adrenaline rush.
Give it one last chance to say goodbye for everybody to say goodbye. That's what Jimmy did. I mean, Richard was the first.
That reminds me of a song that George Strait does. The cowboy rides away. That's what he wants to do.
I mean, Daryl did it in 2000. Rusty and Mark did it together in 2006.
Oh, yeah.
And Gordon did it. Rusty did, or Tony did it. Jimmy did it. I mean, it's a thing now. It's that one last chance for everybody to say goodbye.
And this is going to be his farewell
Tour. Yeah.
tour, a season,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. And
One last run.
if it sticks, there's no guarantee that, come January 12th of 2024, he's laying in bed going, what the hell did I do? Now I got to spend time with this woman. And he's got, I know he's got a kid, But it's so when it's been such a part of your life for so long. When all you've ever done is be a race car driver, be like us 20 years from now, and we're talking about hanging up the microphone and getting out, and and you say, oh, this is my last show. I'm going to do one more season, 52 more shows, come say goodbye. Every week, it's, hey, it's been great, been fun. And then, that last show, you sign off the air and you're like, now what? What am I going to do on my Thursday nights? And then, you get bit by the bug. And you're like, I want one more show. And one more show turns into 3 more years. It's basically what happened to Mark. Is, Jack talked him into one more year, and he loved it. He's like, he did one more year, and then he did it part-time. And he loved being part-time. And there was an interview that I saw with him. I think it was Slap Shoes. I think Slap Shoes did the interview. But, yeah, he loved it. He loved being part-time and picking the spots, picking the races he wanted to run.
Yeah.
And then Rick called him and said, hey, I got a ride. Do you want the job? And he talked to his wife, and his wife was like, well, what do you want to do? He's like, I don't know. What do you want to do? She's like, well, whatever you do, if you want to go run another year. And that turned into 3 more years. Or two more years. He run 2 more full seasons, and then he stepped away, and that's when they started, that's when he was part-time. He finished out his career as a part-timer again. It's all about, Kevin could get bit by the bug in January. Not knowing he's not going to Daytona in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and he's got everything, anything he can do, anything he wants to do. He has no obligations, no commitments, and
We do do better.
and now it's what do I got to do? And
Look what happened to Jimmy Johnson. He retired, and look what he's doing. He's going to come back for 5 races.
yeah,
Now, what's
Jimmy
not,
retired so he could run IndyCar because he wanted to give it a go.
what's not to say he runs those 5 races? He'd be like, hey, I want to come back for 5 more.
Right.
Yeah.
And before you know it, he's like, I want to get back in the car full time.
Yeah, 5 turns into 10, and 10 turns into 20, and 20 turns into a whole season.
It's
You
never
know?
enough, is it?
It never is, man. Not when you're somebody not when you do what they do. Like we get up, and I don't know. Maybe I won't speak for the group, but I will speak for me. Like if I I don't look forward to going to work. It's just a job. I got to do it because I got to pay the bills because I got to eat. But it's not a career. It's nothing special. It's just a job. I get up, I do it, and I go home.
Same way with me when I was working for my cousin's delivery service. 6 o'clock
Yeah.
in the morning gets here, alarm goes off, and I'm like, do I really have to get up and do this all over again?
Do I have any PTO left?
Huh?
No, I guess I'm going. Do I have any PTO left? No, I guess I'm going into work today.
Right? You're sitting there thinking, well, if I take off, I don't make this money. And I got to stay home with the wife, listen to her gripe.
You're trying to die.
So I guess I'm going to go to work.
I've heard of suicide by cop. Never heard of suicide by wife.
I have.
Hey, this goes on every day, guys. We bust on each other like this every day.
Yes.
Mhm.
On my show. Oh wait, Joe.
But so Frankie Muniz has a ride in the ARCA this next year.
Yeah.
That's right. Malcolm in the middle.
We can't call him Malcolm in the middle anymore. We're going to have to call him Malcolm in the car.
Malcolm in the driver's seat.
Okay, Lou. Sorry, I'm taking your jokes away.
I sure wrote them down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just find it hard to figure.
But see, that's why I love doing this. We have fun doing this stuff.
Yeah. That's
You
the
know,
first.
When I get done with my show, I'm sitting there like, all right, I got Brad's show next. Then at the brass show goes off, I'm like, oh boy, here we go, back to the world, back to this damn stupid world.
Back to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reality sets in about
Now that there's no football on Thursday nights, now they're
right.
I'm
Right.
watching hockey right now, so
I got the next game actually.
Since football's ending, it's gonna be boring in here. It's gonna be boring over here for me.
Well, I'll let
they
you
got the XFL.
XFL and the USFL.
They're
I
coming up.
will watch the USFL,
They're coming.
but not the XFL.
That's the Rock. Dwayne.
I'll watch them both. I'll check them out.
Manziel, yes, Johnny Football will be playing in the
Charge
XFL.
football.
That was a stupid, terrible nickname, and I hated it from day one.
Yeah. Yes.
He wasn't Johnny Football. Johnny Football is Johnny Unitas.
Yes.
Shut the hell up.
Right.
And
But
that
Johnny
always bugged me.
Manziel will be playing in the XFL.
That always bugged me when they started calling him Johnny Football like he was something special. Like, dude's not even taking a snap in the NFL.
It was a
And
bum.
he's not Johnny Football. Johnny Football is Johnny Unitas. Shut up.
That's right.
And Johnny, you proved it too. he
Mhm.
wore the
And
nickname quite well.
just like they used to call Roger Staubach, Roger the Dodger.
Right.
Mhm. Jake the Snake Roberts. Penny
Nate
Stabler.
boy.
Speaking of the WWE, see it's being sold to the Saudi Arabia government.
Oh,
I heard
allegedly.
something
great.
else about that. Tony Khan from AEW is interested in buying WWE now.
Does he have an?
The rumor is that the Saudis are going to buy it. Nothing
That's
has been.
right. I had heard. Yeah,
And if
nothing's
they
in
buy it,
concrete. but
if
yeah.
they buy it, I'm gonna quit watching it. I'm gonna quit watching WWE.
I think there's a lot of people that will. You won't be the only one.
I haven't watched WWE in 10 years, so I mean,
Only
Oh,
time
actually,
I can
nothing.
watch it is if I'm in the house and I'm flipping through channels, and it
Yeah.
happens to be on. I may sit down and watch maybe
10, 15 minutes.
an hour of it.
I might watch a commercial break.
Yeah, once the
That's
commercial
fun.
break happens, click.
Yeah, find something else to build next to onto.
It's not the same like it was when we were growing up. When we had them like Hulk Hogan, Junkyard Dog,
Yeah.
Roddy
my favorite.
Piper,
Mm-hmm.
the Bushwhackers, Hacksaw Jim Duggan,
Yeah.
Jake the Snake,
Sergeant Slaughter.
Hate the snake.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
When he came to the ring,
With the 2x4.
and
Yeah.
his tongue hanging outside of his mouth, like
I
Okay.
actually, you know what? Someone broke into his house recently. He was on one of the Fox News shows. Someone broke into his house, and they asked him. What ended up happening was, I guess, is the guy that broke into his house was running away from somebody that was chasing him, and he ran up to the door and tried to break in. Well, he didn't realize that Hacksaw was there. Of course, you know, forget what state he lives in, but he has a gun. He's like, oh, I almost shot the guy, which he had the right to shoot him.
exactly.
Right.
So,
Down here in Texas, we have that law called Stand Your Ground.
Castle Doctrine. Two different laws.
well, on top of that, too, in Texas, you can have your weapon out all the time.
Yep.
In Florida, we can't do that. We have to conceal it.
Down here, Texas is an open carry state.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's different. It's different in Texas. Different in certain states. Certain states you can carry it out like the old cowboys used to do, and
Yeah.
some states you can't. So
I got it. But here's something that I tell people. You think you're man enough to come through that front door with this four-legged man-eater over here that can get to the door in 2.5 seconds? Be my guest. But I guarantee you ain't gonna like the tattoo she gonna give you,
No.
because
No,
she's got four-wheel drive.
and quick 4-wheel drive. dogs can move when they're threatened or they feel threatened. You better watch out because they will rip you a new one.
Yes.
My son came over here one day. A funny story. My son came over here one day and he opened the door to holler for Shannon. The dog charged at him. He shuts that door and he goes, I want Angel back. This dog does not like my son at all.
Why not?
I don't know. Only thing we can think of, she was abused.
Mhm.
What we think happened was somebody that looked like him and smelled like him could have abused her, and
They'll do it every time.
she thinks, hey, this is a person that
He's
abused,
a threat.
This bad guy. Yep.
and we had her
Because of his record.
over here, and he went to get something from Shannon, and she charged at him with teeth showing and ears pinned back like this. And if Shannon and I, she would have bit him.
Well, my friend, my best friend, she used to have a dog, and that's what he would do. Certain things, like certain people, he would be real friendly with. Other times, if you walk by him, ears up, fur up, you better get out of the way because if you weren't holding him, he'd have ripped you a new one. And,
Oh yeah,
and no doubt,
Mhm.
no doubt about it.
Zara. Yeah, Zara, the one I'm talking about. She's a American Pit Bull Terrier.
Mm.
What? Y'all seen pictures of her?
Yeah.
Yes.
She's been on the show before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And funny thing is, with me having bipolar, okay, she's never been trained. But she knows she knows before I do when I'm going to drop to a low. And she will get up there and sit beside me and not leave until she knows I'm back to normal.
Mhm.
I can tell her, look, I'm fine, go lay down. Nope.
She knows.
That's all part of the.
They have senses like that. They know when you're upset. They know when you're angry. They know when you're happy. They know. They have that sense.
Like right now, she's walking around, tail wagging, looking at me like, "What are you doing, Daddy?" What? What? You gonna speak? You gonna say hi to the guys?
Oh, she's bashful. Move,
Say hi.
move,
What do
move,
you want?
move, 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 move.
What do you want?
No.
There she goes.
Move.
Yeah.
Move. Move, move, move.
Now, what would y'all do if y'all came into a dark house and heard that bark?
Walk out again.
Yeah,
No.
I was gonna say walk out.
That's why I don't go into random people's houses in the dark.
Nice dog, nice
I
dog.
don't go into random people's houses in the daylight. So what on God's green earth would make you think that I would go into someone's house in the dark?
Yeah,
If
right.
I came into a house and I heard a barking growl like that,
Yeah.
Griggs, don't feel me. Ash, you can stay because we're gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, why do you think I don't go into people's houses I don't go into strangers' houses uninvited? Ever. For any reason.
And the people here that the management here knows
Mhm.
that she's protective. She's not aggressive. She's just protective.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, you need to put a beware of dog sign on your door. Why? Somebody comes to that front door and gets bit. That ain't my fault.
Nope.
You coming into her turf.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
her.
for legal purposes, you need to put a sign out.
Now you come to the front door and you know there's a dog here. And you come to the front door and get bit. That's on you. Because this is her domain, her territory. She's like, okay, you're talking about me now. Stop it. Don't crawl across the bed, stupid.
Oh, boy.
Oh my God, this dog.
This shows how gone to the dogs.
Yes.
Indeed it has. Quite literally.
Yeah.
Uh,
Y'all are a hoot and a half.
hey,
You know-
that's what makes it so good when we can sit here and joke around and have fun like this.
We're gonna have hockey to talk about soon. Hockey and basketball.
Mm.
And
College basketball.
and Major League Baseball.
Spring
Right.
training's right around the corner.
Yeah, we've kind of been neglecting everything else in lieu of football.
Well,
And
I
I'm
just read
hoping-
something that the robot umpires will be in every AAA stadium by 2023. This
Oh,
year.
boy.
Wait a minute.
About damn time.
Umpires?
Yes.
About damn time.
Robot umpires.
Robot umpires.
It'll be a computer calling balls and strikes.
Yeah.
About time.
How in the hell is that going to work?
There'll still be a human behind the plate, but the computer will tell the umpire whether it's a ball or a strike.
Welcome to Melt. Welcome
It's gonna look
to
like,
Meltdown now.
is it going to look like R2D2 or C3P or C?
It'll be a camera system.
We'll see how when the season starts and when the AAA minor league season starts.
Little miniature R2D2s out there.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I even have a AAA affiliate even nearby me. I have a couple A affiliates, but no AAA affiliates.
Yeah, my closest affiliate is a AA team.
So the robot has a breakdown. Then what?
Yes, I'm back to calling balls and strikes.
I'm sure it's
What
already.
about if he gets hit? What about if he gets hit by a baseball?
Well, they're just being a rust. That won't hurt that much.
It's a computer-generated system that's going to tell the umpire if it's a ball or a strike.
What about if
It's about game time.
what about if a player gets mad at it and starts beating him with a baseball bat?
Well, what would they do if you started beating an umpire with a baseball bat?
Throw them out.
Right.
They'll get thrown out of the game.
Oh yeah, I can just see it now. The one of them going, you hit me,
You're out. Well, they got robot players there in 20 years. You know, those robots are going to take over the earth. So,
Baseball's
they already got robot women for lonely men.
I embrace our robot overlords.
yeah.
So why
I mean,
not have
But it's about
anything else?
there's nothing more irritating than watching a baseball game and a pitch is 6 inches off the plate and it still gets called a strike.
Yeah.
But
I
see,
mean, there's nothing more infuriating than watching one of the best hitters in baseball get struck out looking on a ball that's 1.5 inches off the plate.
Right.
But everybody in the stadium can see, everybody watching on TV can see that ball is not a strike. But because the batter took one step towards the dugout, or towards first base, the umpire brings him up anyway because he's a petty little jealous asshole.
True.
There's a lot of them in
there's
Major
one
League
good
Baseball that
thing.
are like that.
about having a electronic wife.
Oh, boy.
Richard, let's bridge carefully.
Once she gets to nagging you too bad, there's an off and on switch. You can just flip her switch off.
That's true.
Look at Bradley.
I'm gonna have a death on my show. I'm gonna have a death. I should become no
Yep.
more sports talk. I think we should become like Jerry Springer or Steve Wilkos.
What?
We already are.
Baby mama drama.
Definitely. Well, no, we gotta keep the sports talk, no.
Type of thing.
We have to do something to entertain the people in between the baby mama drama.
Yes.
Very true. Very true.
Unusual threesomes.
So in between Jared's suicidal tendencies, we can talk sports.
Suicidal tendencies. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
We want to report now with more suicidal tendencies.
And anthrax, too. No.
Less filling, or less fewer calories.
Fewer
Great.
calories.
Great
Taste
taste, great taste, less filling, less calories.
Mm.
Oh,
Better taste, more filling, less calories.
I better
Yes.
quit before I end up on the couch.
Under the trailer. If you go the way you're going.
I was gonna say it's gonna be on under the trailer. It'll be John Wayne Gacy style. You'll be like all the other bodies underneath the trailer.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he's not a teenage boy.
True.
True, that's right. That's right. Yeah, he's got that. He's right. Gacy.
You got that going for you. You're not a teenage boy.
Gacy. That's what Gacy went after.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. I needed this laugh, guys. I needed this bad, man.
Yes, I watched too many true crime podcasts in my day. I know far more than I ever wanted to know about any of them.
I
Well,
sit and watch.
the guy that played Jeffrey Dahmer on that TV show, he won an Emmy or something for that.
Yeah, that looks really good. I wanted to watch it, but I haven't got to it yet.
Yeah, I
It's good.
watch
It's worth it,
shows
bud. It's worth it. I've seen a couple episodes.
The New Detectives, Forensic
Mm.
Files.
Yeah, I watch all that junk too. You ever watch Mindhunter?
Oh, some of those episodes of Freaky.
I'll bet.
I'll be right back, gentlemen. You continue without me.
Man, Mindhunter, man, some of those. Ooh, you can sit
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
watch, you sit there, watch it, be like, oh, this is gonna be a good one. Before you know it, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, and I don't know if y'all heard about this true crime that happened here in Austin at the yogurt shop.
Oh.
In
No.
Austin?
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
There's
No.
4 girls that were murdered at I can't believe it's yogurt.
Oh,
It
wow.
happened back
Oh,
in
wow. Okay.
the 1990s.
Uh-huh.
To date, it has never been solved.
Wow. Was it? Did they say, Joe? Was it a serial killer or was it just a random?
What happened was these people broke in. They came in. These 4 girls were closing up. It was at the business hours.
Mhm.
Came and robbed them and sexually assaulted them,
Ugh.
and then burnt the bodies and set that place on fire.
Ugh.
So arson.
That was one of the most gruesome murders that ever happened
I'll bet.
in Austin, Texas.
On a lighter note,
To date, that
Yeah.
case has not been solved.
on a much less disturbing note, I had a question for you, Gerald, and I'll explain what prompted the question. But did you ever watch Bill Dance Outdoors?
Bill Dance Outdoors?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I don't know what made me think of this, but it was wearing my hat when I had to run to the bathroom. I had a tinkle, and it just made me think of Bill Dance, and I was like, I wonder if Gerald ever watched his show back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I
He
also
was
used to watch, I can't even talk. I also used to watch Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter.
Oh, yeah.
Crocky's mate, look at that snake. That's a
Snake,
big one
buddy.
over there.
Oh,
And so
Yeah, he was so bad.
that he got killed by a stingray.
The funny
Yeah.
thing is, he died doing what he loved. He died
Right.
doing what he loved.
Yeah.
That's what you know.
For me, the thing about Steve Irwin was that he was too much of an influencer on young people. You know, he was a trained professional, but he had so many people that wanted to emulate him. You know, he knew what he was doing, but there were so many people that were trying to emulate him and his antics, and they were messing with wildlife. And instead of respecting wildlife, the way that he was trying to instill on people is that he made a lot of people think that it was okay to go out and mess with snakes and crocodiles, and
Second regulation.
Yeah,
Speaking of that,
I never cared for Irwin.
What in the world was that?
speaking of wildlife, I have 2 outdoor cats that I feed. They're stray
Uh-huh.
cats.
I have one.
But every now and then, we have raccoons come up on the porch and eat the cat food. But I don't mind that because they need to eat too.
Yeah.
Well,
Guys, I
I
don't know if you're seeing this, but the Rangers tied the game up the last second of regulation.
Nice.
went
the
out there
last
to,
second.
I went out there to check on the cats one night. Open the
Who
door.
are they
There's two
playing?
raccoons on my front porch.
They're playing Minnesota.
So one
Was it
turned
like-
around,
Dallas. I'm sorry, Dallas.
turned around and walked down the ramp. The other one turned around and was going to try to come in the
Wow.
house.
Raccoon will.
Come in the house.
Raccoons will.
Raccoons have zero fear.
Yep.
Zero fear. They don't care.
Pandas. Trash pandas. They're
You
called
know,
trash pandas.
Unbelievable.
But if you leave them alone, they leave you alone.
Oh
Put
yeah,
'em up there.
they're afraid of you. They'll run away from you.
Yeah.
They're not gonna.
Time.
Maybe.
Woo.
I have a possum issue here, and the
A
possum the possum runs away from me.
Don't
Yeah,
kill
yeah. Possums are.
the
Possums are great.
Rabbits. I tell you why. They eat ticks,
Uh-huh.
roaches.
I don't mess with the possum. It runs away from me. I wouldn't hurt it.
So,
I'd even hurt a raccoon if it came. No, I'm not gonna hurt an animal. They have
Hey, you want to
Hey.
come to my area?
scavengers
And
too.
a possum cannot get rabies.
Correct.
If a rabbit animal bites them, they cannot get the rabies virus.
Hey, come to my area. We got full raccoons, possums, all that.
Temperature is not set right for the rabies for the virus to grow.
how much time was left? Is it like literally 1 second?
It was a tenth of a second left, so oh boy.
Are they going
I remember there was.
in Dallas.
They're
Or are
going
they in
overtime
New
right
York?
now.
Who are they
in the
playing?
Garden.
Dallas?
Are they in MSG?
Yep.
Oh, that
The crowd went absolutely berserk.
probably blew
Who's
the
playing
roof off
Dallas?
MSG.
Dallas and who?
Dallas and the Rangers.
The New York Rangers.
Come on, Stars!
You almost got away with it, Gerald.
Come on, Stars!
Had it in the bag and blew it.
Yep.
You blew it.
Yeah.
So now, how did
That's
they do
it.
overtime
That's a
in
U
hockey?
Tree thing. He plays that all the time. You blew it.
Yo,
How
blah.
did they do overtime in hockey, Lou?
3-on-3.
3-on-3, 5 minutes. Nobody scores. They go to penalty. They go to
No.
penalty shootouts.
Shoot up. I'm not. I like it in the regular season. I think it's fun. It gets the game over and you get a decisive winner. But if they ever do that in the playoffs, I'll quit watching. I just quit watching.
Now, let's say after the penalty shots, it's still tied. How did
But
they
then,
don't.
it goes 1-on-1. You know, 1-on-1.
It's sudden death.
Sudden
Yeah,
death.
sudden death.
So it keeps going until somebody wins.
It's like a baseball.
If they do
So-
they're in overtime right now, each team gets 1 point. Then the winner gets the additional point to make it 2.
And if they go through, they have 3 shooters, and if nobody scores, then each team will get 1 more shooter. They still don't score, they'll get 1 more shooter. They still don't score, they'll get 1 more shooter. And it could go on an infinitum. In theory,
It can end up
The-
being all the players on the
I'm
bench.
sorry, I don't understand hockey. I don't watch it much.
Right. They can actually pull
But
some
I
up
heard
if
it's
they
pretty
want
fun.
to.
it's great.
Hockey's a good sport, Gerald, to watch in person.
It's great in person.
It's and no matter who you cheer for, whether we got the Lightning here, but I've gone to Detroit to see the Red Wings play at Joe Louis Arena. I've seen the Rangers play at MSG. So it's exciting wherever you go. Wherever you go see hockey.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, hockey's great live.
Who's your hockey team, Lou?
Pardon me?
Who's your hockey
Rangers.
team?
I'm a Rangers fan.
He's a Rangers fan.
So my Stars are playing your Rangers.
That's right.
Let's go Stars! Let's go Stars!
We'll
The
see
Rangers.
about that.
Stars are a great team this year. They had a really good hockey club.
I think the Red Wings are winning too, my man.
2-1
2-1
over Toronto.
Come on. Oh,
I think it's really
I'm sorry.
exciting.
Make that 4-1
What happened,
final.
Lou?
The Wings won 4-1.
Detroit won 4-1. It's a final.
I hadn't gotten the update. I've been tracking it up.
Rangers win. Rangers win.
Rangers win in overtime.
Yeah. Do that, Gerald.
Rangers won in overtime.
We'll win.
Hey, Lou.
Yeah. Suck it.
Yeah. What else is
Lightning.
new?
Lightning are up 5-2 over Vancouver.
You know,
That's what I think of your Rangers.
Ah.
that's what me and the rest of the fan bases think.
Unbelievable.
There's 31 other teams that hate the Rangers too. So you're in good company.
I mean, that felt like a playoff game.
It's gonna be.
No one. I don't think anyone hates the Rangers more than Devils fans. I don't think anybody.
No, that's not true.
The
Not
Islanders.
true.
No,
No.
it's Rangers fans.
Rangers fans ain't Rangers fans. Okay.
It's the only fan base that hates the Rangers more than the Devils is the Rangers.
Think so?
I mean,
No, wait a second. That's not like true because my girlfriend is a Devils fan, but she has nothing against the Rangers.
maybe Bruins fans, man.
I'll just
Oh,
say,
Bruins are the worst.
Did
Bruins
you
are the
hear
worst.
about that? Did you hear about that?
Parts
What?
of this
They
show
were in
guys,
Anaheim
be
to
on
play the Ducks.
be on the American Sports Bloopers.
Yeah.
The Bruins were in Anaheim to play the Ducks,
Yes.
and they started a Yankees suck chant in Anaheim
Mm-hmm.
at a hockey game.
Uh-huh.
why? The
Why?
Why am I not surprised?
First of all, what Yankees suck. The Yankees at least got to the playoffs. The Red
Yeah.
Sox hit the postseason.
Because
And I'm a Red Sox fan, and I'm saying
because I would start an F Ohio chant
I can't believe
because
they do that at a game in Anaheim. Like they give a shit in California about the Yankees or the Red
Right.
Sox.
Why would they? They wouldn't care.
I don't care.
the Boston was winning 7-1, and Anaheim is not very good. So there was a
The young team.
fair contingent of Bruins fans there, and
Bruins.
it would be. I mean, it would be like Michigan playing Tennessee in Knoxville, and I went to Knoxville, and we were blowing Tennessee out, or we played UT Martin. And we were playing UT Martin just down the road from me here, and I went there and I started an F Ohio chant. I mean, it's because it's what we do. I mean, it's not even the same thing because at least it's the same sport. It's so bizarre. It's just bizarre.
Yes, it is.
It's Bizarro Superman is what it is.
And really,
It's
in
like-
all reality, the Yankees Red Sox rivalry is not what it used to be.
Not right now.
Oh,
I
no.
mean, it hasn't
It'll
been
rebound.
fast.
You know,
Come on.
just like the Cowboy fans don't like the Eagles fans.
No matter where you go.
Redskins.
You know, they call us
Okay.
cowpokes, cowgirls,
Cowgirls.
Oh, right.
and we call them she-eagles, and we say die Eagles die.
Tigers die.
You know, it's to me.
You know, as long as it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't, as long as nobody's fighting over it, whatever. It's whatever.
Look at the Oklahoma and Texas rivalry. Same
Right.
thing.
I get chirped here by non-Ohio State. I get chirped by just freaking random people on the street. I get chirped everywhere I go for wearing my Michigan gear. So, I mean,
Speaking
Right.
of the SEC,
College fan looks forward. I
speaking
don't
of the
care-
SEC, Oklahoma and Texas. Speaking of the SEC, thank you.
I don't care what fan you're a team of or what team you root for. Every college fan looks forward to that OU and Texas game every year.
The Red River Shootout, or Red River Rivalry.
I would have thought it was in Ohio State.
what's up there?
All college fans look forward to that game.
That and Michigan,
Well,
Ohio
Michigan,
State.
Ohio
I think
State.
those two. Army, Navy is another
Yeah,
one. That's,
Army, Navy, the Iron
Army,
Bowl.
Yeah,
that's always looked at.
I look forward to the Iron Bowl every year.
Mm-hmm. The Iron Bowl is the best rivalry in college sports.
Yeah, there's a lot of good college football rivalries out
Sure.
there.
There's no better rivalry than the Iron Bowl. No matter how bad or good either team is, no matter how good or bad either team is, you shut down Alabama for 3 hours that last Saturday in November.
And to cap it off,
It's
to cap it off,
pandemonium. It's,
touchdown run. Oh boy.
yeah, I was working at a Walmart in South Alabama for that game, and there might have been 5 people the whole night. Kick 6, yeah.
Davis.
I worked.
Chris Davis.
Chris Davis.
They had it on the bank because
Yeah.
my Walmart had a bank, and they had it on at the bank, and so we were checking someone out, running down to watch the game. We lean back. Okay, nobody's coming. Watching the game. Oh, somebody's coming. So we go up there and check him out. Run back down. I caught the very end of as he was going across the line. I scampered down there to see what had happened.
I'm like, yeah, okay. So they got the ball. It was a live ball. I was like, okay, let's see how this is gonna go. It's probably gonna go like about 5-10 yards. Like, yeah, they're not gonna get like. And then he's moving. He's like, wait a minute here. Is this legit? Like, oh,
It's like
I don't believe it.
Now, here's my question.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50,
Come on,
45, 40, 30, 10, 5, touchdown Auburn.
The Auburn TV call or radio call was the best call out of all of them.
One of the best calls of all time.
Yep.
Okay, now Texas going to the SEC, and we know A&M is already there.
Right.
I'm just wondering if that's going to reunite that Texas and Texas A&M rivalry.
Probably not right away, but down the road.
Maybe every other year.
Every other year.
Definitely every other year.
Yeah.
It depends on how they do it. Because that's one of the games that I want. I want Alabama. I want Georgia. I want Florida. I want A&M. I want LSU. I want Kentucky.
Give me Arkansas.
And then every other year, like for Vanderbilt or, give them somebody sucky so they can get a cheap win.
Vandy.
Arkansas.
Arkansas is not really the weak. They're not as weak as they used
No.
to be.
Yeah. But that's a game that I want, though. Reignite that rivalry, Texas-Arkansas, man. God, that'd be good.
Oh, yeah. That old SWC rivalry.
Uh-huh.
That would be great to
Well,
have that one.
how far is Austin from College Station?
45 minutes?
No, it's let's see, College State. Let's see, I'm trying to think. I made that trip. It's probably an hour.
They're
Oh,
That was close.
That's close. So no matter who gets the home game, the fans will travel to either College Station or to Austin when they play each other.
Oh yeah,
That
because
should
if
be
you look it up on the map, College Station is right after Bryan. It's Bryan, Texas, then Bryan College Station.
Right.
So from Austin to Bryan, it's probably roughly 45 minutes. Depending
And
on
another 10.
okay.
and from
Then another 10 or
yeah, about another 20-30 minutes from Bryan to Bryan College Station.
right.
The reason why I say that is because of traffic. No, I'm counting traffic and
And who's driving?
yeah. If it's Adam, we'd be flying.
I can't drive 55.
Actually, Jordan, it says an hour and 50 minutes.
Is it really that far? I thought it was
I said
closer.
an hour. I was close.
Yeah. Yeah, it says it's 107 miles difference west.
106 miles to Chicago.
Yeah, College
No, I
Station.
said an
Got that.
hour. I said an hour. I wasn't off by much.
No, that's driving an hour. Well, right now, I don't know. It may be an hour from. That's just traffic right now at 9:44 or 8:44 Texas time. But who knows? I mean, I don't know if it would be a shorter trip. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, from here, if I was to leave my house and go to Bryan College Station, all I had to do is go down either 71 or 79 and just book it.
Let's see what it says. Yeah, that's what it said. Take looks like it says take I-35.
Mm.
Yeah, I-35.
I-35 to what?
I-35 west towards 290 west is what it says. I'm going off Google Maps, so don't. I mean,
Okay.
I don't live in
Oh,
Texas.
okay,
So
okay. I know what they're doing. They got it going down 290.
yes, correct. It says go to the Raymond Stolzer Parkway, turn right on the TX47 North Riverside Parkway.
Yeah, they
then
got
it turns to the 21, then the 290, then the 35.
Yep,
Yep.
they got it going down 290 through what is that? Maynard, Elgin, Bastrop, Caldwell, up in that area.
That's all so inside baseball. I have no idea.
Once you get on the other side of Red Rock, there's nothing out there. So you pretty much can put the hammer down, set the cruise control about 80, 85, and just book it.
But still,
88.
still have only being a 2-hour drive away. That means that the Longhorn fans will be in College Station and vice versa. The A&M fans will be in Austin. So
Right.
hopefully maybe it's kind of like when there's a Ohio State-Michigan game where you have portions of the stadium are the different colors of the opposing team. Maybe it'll be something like that.
I tell you what I did one day. I didn't do this on purpose. No, I didn't know this was going to happen. I had no idea that this was going to play out this day.
Okay.
I had went to work, and that weekend we were playing Oklahoma,
Okay.
and it was a Thursday. So I figured, I'm going to wear my UT. I'm going to wear my UT shirt, my UT baseball cap. Got to the warehouse, got everything. They said y'all got to deliver going up to A&M, to Caulfield, and I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, no. Here I am, decked out in UT gear, going up to Bryan College Station, Caulfield, on the campus of A&M University.
Like, do we have a jacket I can borrow real
I
quick?
was gonna say, is there any? Can I turn my shirt inside out when I go on campus?
And the building that we were dropping off at was right across from the stadium.
It's like, is there a company shirt in the office I can wear till I get back?
And we got up
I
there.
don't get killed.
We got up there, and I'm like, I hope, oh God, I hope no A&M fan or team or player sees me right now. About that time I said that, here comes two A&M players come across the field, and I'm like, son of a.
Yeah.
What are you
Think they're
doing?
excited?
What are you doing here, boy?
Yeah, boy.
And they just looked at
I
me.
hear banjos, run!
They just looked at me, and I looked at them, and I'm like, oh crap! I hope they don't say nothing. They just looked at me, shook their head, and walked off. But I did not plan that. I did not know that was going to happen that day.
You learned a very valuable lesson.
It was just one of those
That'd be like me
moments.
going in Florida Gator gear to Tallahassee and walking on the campus of FSU.
You learned a very valuable lesson that day.
Yes.
Always bring a different shirt.
You know what I would want to do? That's for giggles.
Okay.
Get dressed up in UT gear.
Okay.
Go up to Oklahoma and go on to the campus of Oklahoma.
You should take a campus tour.
Sure.
I have a young one that's interested in coming to your school, but I'm gonna wear the opposing, the other team that you despise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
You
you?
don't say anything. You just show up on campus. And,
You do
Oh,
that?
what a save by Vasilevsky as the horn goes off and the Lightning win 5-4. We survived.
So what is it? It's a friend of yours that want to come down here to Texas.
Me?
Yeah, you said he had a young one that wants to come down.
No, he was joking. He's
Oh, no,
joking
I'm
about going
saying,
to.
for example, you could say, Gerald, you could go there and say, I have a young one who wants to go to your university, but
Yeah.
they come from
Oh,
this
okay.
university, right? So
Right.
you could say that. You could take a campus tour and say,
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
Yeah,
he or she is interested in coming to your school, but not really, because this is the school that they're actually interested in. It's the
So
same
like,
thing to tell you.
so like if they want to go to Texas, but put the Oklahoma stuff on.
Correct.
Yeah.
The OU stuff.
You would not catch me wearing anything that says Oklahoma on it. I would use it for toilet paper.
I couldn't find a Florida State
Florida
hat, so
State
I bet rich and I didn't win the bet, but I couldn't find any Florida State gear.
Amazon.
I feel like you didn't look very hard either.
Amazon.
No, I
has-
didn't look that hard either. No, I didn't did not.
Why, Brad? You don't like wearing Florida State stuff?
No, but I will wear Georgia stuff, as you've seen.
Hey, man,
But you weren't wearing your Georgia hat tonight.
I can't find it. I can't find it. I would be wearing it, but I can't find it.
What a beatdown.
Yeah.
Well, here's the question. Now that so they predicted next year, and I heard who was the guy that was calling the game with Kirk Herbstreit? Who calls those games for ESPN? He's I can't think of the guy's name. Jeremy Fowler, not Jeremy Fowler, right? Not him.
No.
Who's the guy that calls the games with Kirk Herbstreit?
Oh,
I can't think. I see the guy's face. I just can't.
Mhm.
I can't put the name with the face. He's not on college. I know he's not on college game day. He's not on
No,
college
'cause he's
game
at the-
day. Yeah.
he calls the pro games.
He does call it pro games, and I can't think of. Anyway, he had mentioned something about that TCU would be a favorite in the Big 12.
Yeah, he said that in that national title game.
Yeah, they would be favorited again.
What's his name?
Chris Fowler?
There you go, Chris Fowler. I had the wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, I had the right last name, just didn't have the right first name. Okay.
I could see his
In
face.
relation?
I just couldn't put the
Mhm.
name.
And who's the main host on College Game Day? Who's the guy that
It's the other way around. It's McDonough that's the play-by-play guy, isn't it?
something like that?
Oh,
'Cause
McDonough.
you got
Yeah.
Kirk Herbstreit, you got Desmond Howard, Pat McAfee. Who's the other guy? Who's the guy that played for Georgia?
AJ McCarron.
No. On College Game Day. Damn it.
AJ McCarron?
No,
It's not AJ McCarron.
AJ does.
And McCarron played for Alabama, not Georgia.
Anyhow,
Oh.
AJ does Fox College game.
Yeah,
Matt,
College Game Day. It's Desmond Howard, Pat McAfee, Kirk Herbstreit, and then who's the guy that played for Georgia? He was defense. He was a defensive player.
Yeah.
And I know.
Booger McFarland?
I
I'm
know
sorry?
there's an old gentleman on there. His name is Lou something.
Is it who's the College Game Day crew? Hang on a minute. Let me look.
Lee Corso. That's who you're trying to go with. Joey Galloway, Jesse Palmer, Booger
Yeah,
McFarland, Trevor Maddock, Andre Ware, Sam Oko, Ancho.
Let me see.
it's not Booger McFarland.
Reese Davis is the main host.
Mm.
David Pollock is who I was referring to. David Pollock.
Oh, okay.
He's a
And
former
AJ
Bulldog.
And
He's
AJ
the former-
does Fox does the college game day for Fox.
Yes.
Yes.
They have their own crew. They got Reggie Bush. Who else is on there on Fox?
AJ,
Urban Meyer.
yeah. Dave, what's his last name? He used to be the coach of the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys. Dave Winstead.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He coached Pittsburgh at one time too. The Pitt Panthers.
Yeah.
Charles Woodson.
Dave Wanstead.
Yeah.
Dave Watson, Charles
Dave
Woodson,
Wanstead.
Urban Meyer,
Yeah.
Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush.
So
Oh,
And I
someone's
forget
getting a
who
Skype
that-
call. Someone's getting a Skype call.
no, don't worry about it.
Someone's getting Skyped.
Is it you?
It's not me. I'm not on Skype. My
No,
Skype
it's
is.
me, but I'll take care of that later.
Is that you, Lou?
Who's getting Skyped?
I thought that was me there for a minute. I'm like, okay.
No, I'll just delete the call. That's all. That's the downfall of live. That's the downfall of live stuff.
Well, gentlemen, we have reached the last few minutes of the show. Does anybody want to talk about the show before we get off?
I would go fund me. But it.
Yeah, I seen that. You kind of start your own restaurant.
Trying to. Looking to raise some money for it.
Just don't serve any chihuahuas.
Own the finest chihuahua.
Right. No 2 hours, please.
My mother had
All my
two. Of them.
servers are chihuahuas.
My mother had 2 of those.
Those are the most annoying little rats I've ever seen.
No, I thought.
And all they do is lay there and shake. Like, what the hell? It could be 90 degrees outside. They go still want to shake.
Yeah, my mom had 2 of them.
Well, when you're the size of a grape and everything else is 10 billion times bigger than you, you would shake too.
Probably.
No, the name is Amadeus Regalia. It's trying to get it off the ground. I was looking to see if I can get some support. The idea is that it's going to be like kind of upper scale, but not like too fine, like mid-level fine.
What are you going to name it?
Amadeus Regalia. That's what I just said. It's the name of it.
Italian cuisine.
Kind of American staples. A little bit of some Italian, some Mexican, a little French. Kind of your burgers. Upscale burgers with more of a a refined kind of ideal.
Any Japanese or Chinese food?
Yeah.
Maybe I really haven't thought that far ahead. But maybe having a sushi bar, or like on weekends, or like once.
Okay.
Raw fish.
Not all of it's raw. Some of it's cooked.
No, that's okay.
Tempura shrimp is amazing. Squid or octopus, not squid. Octopus is good.
Now, fried catfish, I can sit there and eat that all day.
Definitely kind of a place that a kind of a mid-level, kind of the idea is kind of fine dining but accessible. So it's not like you're not gonna be like super expensive, but you're definitely gonna be we expect you to shower and put on nice clothes kind of place.
I come in there wearing overalls and holes in my boots.
Yeah.
And you will be asked firmly but politely to leave.
Yes.
Be like, hey, I know the owner.
Never seen this man in my life.
Oh, that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
wrong, Rado.
Of course.
Wow.
Okay. So on my show on Saturday, we'll discuss the NFL playoffs, the firings in the NFL, that godforsaken awful college football game, whatever you want to call it. Ugh. The mercy killing. Eesh.
More like a snooze fest.
Yes, pretty much too. We'll tackle some WWE as well. It seems to get a chance to do it last week. MLB, because the hot stove is, shall we say, burning up. So I'll have that as well. So, and of course, stuff I didn't get a chance to do last week. So if you got time between 4 and 6 Eastern or 3 to 5 in Gerald's area, and all points west of that, call to the Unchained Sports Show, 512-543-4662. I'll repeat it again, 512-543-4662.
One thing, guys, before we go, don't forget next week is the kickoff of our Roku debut.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody's listening, please download Try 99 TV. It's $4.99 a month. We appreciate the support.
Yep, we will be on there next week.
Yep, next week.
Yep.
Well, with that being said, guys, thank you again for tuning in. Kind of one of those fun shows that we do on occasion, and that's fun. It makes the show go well. Like Gerald said, we will be on Roku TV starting next week. We haven't gotten our music back, right? I haven't yet either.
I got my intro and outro back.
I haven't been sent mine yet. I don't think. I'd have to talk to Kevin. But anyway, guys, we'll be on Roku next week. Again, I will make sure the link gets sent out. I'll probably post a link to the group page just to make sure that that's all good and everything else. But we are sponsored by CreatingZenSpaces.com and Jarrett's Carrots. Other than that, this has been the Walker Report. I am the sports nerd, Bradley Walker. I want to say thank you to our men and women of our armed services and our first responders. Thank you for doing what you do. Until next week, guys. Peace.
Jesus. Got Prince send